What's going on, guys? My name is I am Azriel, and today I decided I would read the first two chapters of my custom AU story, FutureTale. Quick disclaimer: Undertale and its characters and everything the like is copyright and property of Toby Fox. Just want to quickly get that out of the way. I'm also going to have it in the description, just for legal reasons. um, I didn't really know what kind of a video to put out today, and then it just clicked in my mind. I could read the first two chapters of my story, get it out there farther. I upload these chapters almost daily when I do it. Like each part, the first part was 9 chapters long. Part 2 was 11 chapters, and right now part 3 is currently at its 5th chapter. So I've had a total of 25 chapters, and I've had a lot of positive ratings from it. A lot of people love it. I have how many people? Like over 27, maybe even 2,800 at this point, people following me, and I don't know if all of them are for the story or what, but I have 2,800 people following me, so that's the least I can say about it. I also want to throw out one more quick disclaimer. I suck at impressions. I'm awful. This story follows Sans. Like this story, this AU takes place. It's basically my headcanon for the events that take place the first couple weeks after the events of a true pacifist one. So after Frisk gets everyone out of the underground, and they're all just adapting to life on the surface. This is basically what I think would happen in the game if it kept going past that, and how the characters and everything would play out. Especially if it took place in the real world during 2016, which we all know was a fail of a year. Oh my god. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy this. Because of the fact that the first two chapters are kind of short, I'm gonna read the first two together, and then from here on out, I'm gonna read them one chapter at a time. Again, and for the most part, this story follows the perspective of Sans, and when it changes perspectives, you'll know I'll say it out loud. So enjoy my terrible, cringeworthy Sans impression. Chapter 1. The Journal Log. Journal entry. Day 1. The kid actually did it. I can't say I'm surprised though. A kid like that could accomplish anything she sets her mind to. We've only been topside a day, but I feel inclined to make a journal log explaining some things. Maybe it's my old scientist blood getting antsy after years of neglect, trying to overanalyze everything in a well thought out synopsis. Maybe I feel the need to start a journal to relay my thoughts so I can understand everything easier. Perhaps I just wanted documentation of myself in case things hit the fan and I end up dusting. For starters, it's completely and blatantly obvious that everyone is happy to be out of the underground, especially when you take into consideration the fact that they had been trapped down there against their will for hundreds of years. In all fairness, that's perfectly understandable. What's not understandable, however, is where that dirty, crooked little flower escaped to. Last I remember, that Reed had everyone, aside from Frisk, wrapped up in those vines of his. There was a blinding light, and shortly after that Frisk was standing there alone. A quick glance at a clock made it clear that the blinding light didn't stun us for a couple of seconds, but for roughly 30 minutes. Despite how susceptible I was towards it, I highly doubt I would have slept through anything in that situation, my belief being solidified by everyone else being unclear of what had happened as well. Now, the kid would never have attacked it, and dusted the flower, the latter of whom would never have shown mercy to the kid. So what the hell happened back there? When I questioned her about it, she simply offered an innocent smile and mentioned a promise she made to a new friend that she wouldn't disclose any information about the events that took place. Even after running it through my mind several times over, I can't decipher who the kid could have possibly been talking about. That still leaves the fact that Flowey is unaccounted for. The next thing I need to turn my focus on is the humans. Nothing has happened yet beyond a few expected wide-eyed stares and a glimpse of something akin to loathing that we were there in the first place. Call me crazy if you want, but something made me believe that this happy ending wouldn't be permanent, and truth be told, I'd be surprised if it lasts even a week before the humans either force us back underground or start a war entirely. Despite my opposition to it, I'd imagine the humans would lean towards the second option. I I think I'm getting ahead of myself now. I need to get some sleep. Hopefully Frisk can surprise me again. Sans signing out. Chapter 2. Hope or Despair. Journal entry, Day 7. Contrary to my previous assumptions, the humans neither attacked or repelled us. After the initial shock had worn off, Frisk took charge and represented us, explaining how her experiences down there and detailing how kindly each of us treated her, even if not at first. She did all this while wisely leaving out the topic of the black sheep of monsters, Flowey, and emphasizing how kind and funny we were to her. As it stands, it genuinely feels like we could make an actual living up here, and I couldn't be more relieved, not just for myself, but for everyone. Well, if that's the case, then why do I still have a sinking feeling in the back of my mind that this silver lining is just an outer coating of a canyon's worth of despair? I mean, don't get me wrong. I have complete and total trust in Baby Bones over there, who's merely enjoying the smiles of everyone around her. My skepticism stems from the rest of the public, who may only be hiding their true feelings behind a shroud of acceptance while pondering over what they want to do next. The flower hasn't shown up yet either, and while I should be grateful for that, it's just making me increasingly worried that he's just biding his time until the right moment strikes. Crap, but I just lost my spot. There we go. Knowing him, he's regaining his composure after whatever happened back there. I know his type. Power-hungry, conniving, amoral, and worst of all, lacking a soul. Someone like him won't be gone long. Although, maybe he's just sitting down there in the underground, not planning anything. Maybe he's just sitting there, shunning himself from the rest of the world, living his life in isolation. No, I can't allow myself to think that way. I need to be on edge at all times, be aware of my surroundings. Otherwise we might lose everything we worked so hard for. I need to figure out a way to handle whatever situation is thrown at us. I just hope I don't have to do anything drastic in front of Frisk or Papyrus. I'm gonna put these distracting thoughts aside for the time being. There's no telling how long this little vacation will last, and I'd rather enjoy the sunshine while I can, as opposed to stressing over all these negatives. I chose instead to look over at the group and see how everyone was taking this long-awaited turn of events. Fortunately, we were granted access to a home until they knew how to handle the situation. The house itself is a cozy two-story house located in a small village in the middle of the forest we showed up near the exit of the underground. The scenery was quite pleasant as well. The pine trees scattered throughout the edge of the clearing, as well as a lot of multicolored trees I never dreamed were possible. The sunset every day really pieced everything together beautifully, as well as the breeze here being quite pleasant. It was like a piece of paradise, and we were allowed to live in it. It seems as though everyone is behaving as they usually would. Undine was flexing her muscles and boasting about her strength in front of everyone. Toriel was baking butterscotch cinnamon pie and making quick puns about Undine's speech. Papyrus was stomping his feet and freaking out about said puns, to which Alphys was trying her best to calm him down and naturally getting overvoiced. Asgore was simply chuckling at the group's shenanigans and sipping some tea while Mettaton actually made it on TV in an interview at a news station. I'll give him credit where credit is due. The robot works fast. Lastly, I look over to Frisk, the one who made all of this possible, who was looking distressed about something. I gotta go figure this out. Science. Sans signing off. Yeah, the impression itself is probably not gonna be that good. I am very sorry in advance for making your guys' ears bleed with that. If it's actually better than I'm expecting, let me know, but honestly, I'm not good at impressions. Oh god, that's part of the reason I don't want to play the game, because everyone is going to chew me alive with my papyrus, my everyone. Oh my god. Well, that's it for chapters 1 and chapter 2. Tune in whenever I decide to do this again, where I'll read chapter 3 and maybe chapter 4, depending on how long it takes to get through them. I want to make it so that these chapters don't take 15 minutes or longer. I don't want these videos to go too long, but I want to make sure they're at least 10 minutes so you guys have something to listen to. Leave your thoughts about the story in the comments below, or down in the comments of the Amino app that I'm going to be posting this video to. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you like to subscribe, it helps me out a bunch. Like the video or dislike, it makes no difference to me. Leave a comment down below suggesting any other Undertale related stuff you want to see me do on this channel in the future. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.